Breaking news announcement for the Lacanian psychoanalysis community. I'm Derek Hook, and on the 27th of May, I'll be doing a talk for Lacan in Scotland. The talk will be entitled Excavating Lacan's Function and Field. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Please do attend. It's a free event, and please do encourage anyone who you think might be interested also to attend. You'll find a link to the event underneath this video. Just a quick comment, apologies for my delay in responding to various comments and questions and helpful thoughts posed in response to some of the video lectures that I've placed on YouTube. I do appreciate all that input. I'll just say a few quick words about what the talk will entail. We will indeed be asking the question, what is contained within the time capsule that Lacan buries in 1953? And of course, that time capsule is the famous function and field of speech and language in psychoanalysis. And just to give a little bit of context, this is a lengthy écrit developed around the time that there's a whole series of seismic shifts within the world of French psychoanalysis. And it happens that in 1953, Lacan delivers this broadside, a kind of manifesto of how a properly Freudian psychoanalysis should be practiced. And he does this in September at the famous Rome Discourse. And the Rome Discourse itself is a series of shortened notes on the topic of function and field. In fact, Elizabeth Rudinesco says that Lacan had up to 500 pages of notes that went into function and field. So what I'll be doing is presenting on a lengthy 40,000 word book chapter that I've prepared, a commentary on function and field alongside with Mark de Kessel. This is one of Mark's books. And we're going to try and pull out some of the often neglected theoretical facets of function and field. We'll have a few introductory comments, or I'll have a few introductory comments, but I wanted just to pose a couple of thoughts. One is just how fascinating and amazing it is that this écrit contains in a kind of germinal microcosm form many of the concerns of later Lacan. So whether we're thinking about the later developments of Seminar 7, where we think about death drive and desire as thought together, we already see some of the groundwork for that in function and field. The same goes for some of the ideas that we see in Seminar 11, 4 Fundamental Concepts. We even have this notion of the topological formation of the torus already being introduced and spoken about by Lacan in 1953. So just a few more. One question, what could we imagine, what could we gain from thinking about Lévi-Strauss as a theorist of the unconscious? Why does Lévi-Strauss think about the unconscious as a stomach? We'll touch on that. We'll ask ourselves, what is this odd notion of a conjectural science and psychoanalysis as a conjectural science that Lacan mentions very briefly alongside the idea of the twofold movement of the symbolic? Very rich idea, but it's not often explored in the literature. We'll have a look at that. We'll also ask, what is the effect of this conceptual apparatus, this conceptual juxtaposition that Lacan manages when he wants to think about the signifier, and he wants to think about the signifier by overlaying Freud's thoughts on the fourth dark game and Hegel's idea of the word is the motor of the thing. Just two more ideas. Why does he suggest to us that Pascal is a good interpreter of the prisoner's dilemma? In other words, Pascal as reader of Lacan's logical time. And we will also ask ourselves, what about manner, the zero signifier, the zero symbol signifier, and this fertile period, early 1950s, where Lacan is so inspired by structural anthropology. We'll develop a few ideas from that and try and make them as accessible as possible. So do please try and join me. I hope to see you there, and please do keep the questions and comments coming. They're much appreciated.